Being able to remember things is an art, it's a skill. But memories that make us sad, that remind us of wounds that have not yet healed, such memories are desirably forgotten, right? Today my poems will deal with memories, amnesia, remembrance, and unhealed wounds. Poetry is a form of catharsis that helps us to deal with our everyday life and the struggles, the challenges, and the scars that we gather in our journey of life. My first poem is titled Afterwards. You will forget me little by little, like smoke rings flying off your nicotine-stained lips. My memories too will be abandoned someday. Little by little you will forget the trivialities, sweet nothings, the small talk we made, and the long walks too. Little by little, the fragrance of my hair, the shade of lipstick I wore each day will abandon your thoughts and sail away. Little by little, I shall accept the pangs of drifting apart, the ebbing waves of passion, the changing colors of your heart. Little by little, everything might just begin to seem all right. Yet, a tiny ounce of regret might refuse to evaporate. A tiny voice, unheard, unseen, might continue to ponder what could have been, what could have been, what could have been. My next poem, Amnesia. I wait in a corner of your mind, untouched, unloved, aging each day. Clutching to a fervent flicker of hope, I wait for your thoughts to turn my way. Rescue me from the forgotten darkness. Stroke me like a precious piece of hidden treasure. Cherish me again with familiar pleasure. Here I am, locked in the dark room of your mind, waiting for a light of recognition to seep in somehow through the cracks of your stern resolve. My hope versus your amnesia, it's a lost battle, you see. It's not easy after all, being an unreckoned memory. A Wish, my third poem. I cannot be the gust or breeze that soothes your everyday injuries. I cannot be the sodden soil where you safely bury all turmoil. I cannot be the liquid ocean that absorbs the teardrops fogging your vision. If I could, I'd rather be a piece of handwritten poetry that you might escape to, perhaps, in between your chores, during random gaps robbed off your regime. A few pages to hold and flip, a few images to savor and sip. A piece of verse on worn-out paper to be read in bits, then treasured for later. Yes, if I could, I would be a verse between your palms, your wiry fingers. Remembering, forgetting, memories, unlearning those memories, learning to deal with time and how time would heal bit by bit whatever scars we have gathered. Isn't that poetry one of the things that heals us, one of the things that sustains us? Let me take you to another book of mine, similar poems. A poem about an old woman's summer. The April sun seeks me out, My skin whimpers under his unforgiving gaze. I lick myself then, steering my tongue to reach the cool, unlit crevices I had once hoarded with your liquid memories. This is how I brave my summers, mimicking our untamed games of youth. Crawling through serpentine hollows of time, I find your shadow, veiling the far end. Like a sentinel, strong and silent, there you stand, as tall as ever, blocking the merciless sunstreaks of reality and their inevitable blindness to things that are beautiful only in the dark. Speaking of unlearning, my next poem is called just that, Unlearn. Sometimes choose silence, listen, learn a new language from the gurgle of lip-locked pigeons. Tune in to receive a grasshopper's gift of supersonic symphony. Sometimes choose silence, disrobe, unlearn the words you spoke or heard or wrote. They were only memorized cacophony. The poem I'm going to read now is titled Remembrance. On desolate nights of rancid darkness, I remember the scent of my lover's face, her toes curled up against wind-blown raindrops, her eyes emitting a dreaminess so rare. I lived through tunnels of solitary despair, holding on to her lazy laughter, her gentle moans, against nights that were wild, her belly still warm with the beginning of a child. So readers and listeners, you see how I'm taking you through a journey through time, through memories and forgetfulness, through remembrance and the struggle to forget. My next poem titled Exodus. I'll shut the blinds, let Siaos choke under miles of steel. The train won't let me memorize its trails, nor commit to memory the secret pleasure of sobbing wheels as they hit the rails. I shan't return to my town, to this place that forever smells of rivers killed. I will madly hug my one-way ticket and never look back, not even to check if her eyes filled, if her eyes spilled, if her eyes stilled. This is one of the most intense poems I had written, and so I'm so happy I could share this with you. My final poem for today is a poem on not being able to remember when one remembers and the other has already forgotten. The poem is titled Sweet Tooth. Dry cuffs, tainted breath, she smells of lost addresses yanked off yearbooks a page at a time. Age squats on her silver-shined head, making it wobble every now and then. A smile escapes her bare gum mouth. She murmurs every once in a while, "It's your birthday, you say? Who are you again?" She doesn't remember me, my smell. Not anymore, you see. This woman who cried me out of her on this day, decades ago. Foggy eyes glitter at the sight of cream as we cut the cake, her skin against mine. Her tongue salivates, leaves me wondering how a sweet tooth could defeat dementia. I leave you now I leave you to contemplate your own lives, your own journeys. I hope my poetry has somehow given you fodder for your heart, for your life, for your journey. Thanks again and goodbye until I see you again.
Well, hello there. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video on our Brown Critic channel. We'd really appreciate and really love it if you watched all our other videos and liked them. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Stay well, take care of yourself, and until the next time, bye for now.